So you know who JoyTaylor is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's been doing her podcast run. She was on New Rory and Maul. She was on the Joe Budden podcast. And she was on The Breakfast Club just recently. And what I've noticed is, and I don't think anyone's asked her about this, but there hasn't been a new episode of her podcast with Taylor Rooks.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually reacted to a clip like when they first dropped their podcast. But it seems since that scandal that Joy was involved in, we haven't seen them girls together at all. And I have to give Taylor a hand clap for this, because the way that she ghosted the baddie, elite. I haven't seen.
I'm not doing no business with this quid pro at all. Like, what are you talking about? It's already difficult enough being a black woman in this sports space, and then you want me to attach myself to this? Absolutely not. I already have a squeaky clean image. I'm an upstanding black sportswoman.
Black sportswoman is sick.
And it's going to remain as such, period. I like that.
Like I haven't seen her speak about it. I haven't seen her say anything about Joy. And it's just, to me, I gotta respect it, man. I've always been jealous of Taylor Rooks. I'm not gonna lie. I've been jealous of her because we're around the same age, and her journalism career just like skyrocketed. I think a larger do by how pretty she is, but the chick know how to move. Like she is savvy as hell. One thing I can definitely say about her. But I thought it was really interesting, the fact that nobody has been asking Joy on these podcasts about what went out at Fox. Like how did she feel about the lawsuit? Like Joe completely dropped the ball.
Are they allowed to ask her about it? Is it that she maybe can't talk about it because of legal reasons right now?
No, I don't think so, because Charlamagne asked her a pretty good question regarding it, and she got an answer. So this is Joy on The Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne, I don't speak to your journalistic integrity too often on this show, but at least you had the cojones to wake it up. So
one thing I love about you, Joy, you did not shrink when shit got hot.
Mm-hmm.
Was that intentional? You like, I cannot let them see me sweat or shrink right now.
Yes, it was intentional to show up as I did. I'm not an unintentional person, particularly when it comes to what people see from me publicly. But when you know yourself, it's easier to continue to show up as you are.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always going to be things that happen in life, that happen in this business, that happen when you're a front-facing person. And when you get into the business, that is the risk we take, of putting ourselves in front of the camera, of putting yourself out there, that things at some point might not be the best for you. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, what's meant for me is still coming. Mm-hmm. So I won't say that there were not dark times, but I'm very blessed to have an amazing family and amazing friends and mentors and an amazing team and people that know me and have known me for my whole life, mm-hmm. reminding me of who I am and what I deserve. And I'm really grateful for that, because even when there are moments of doubt of what it is you deserve or what it is you're capable of or what it is that you know, how you should show up in the world, when people are there reminding you, it's important. So I'm grateful to have an amazing group of friends, an amazing group of like just support around me. But yeah, everything's intentional.
Is it hard not to address?
No.
No. Yeah,
I've never felt compelled to litigate that. Mm-hmm. Genuinely.
Did you feel betrayed at all when everything happened?
I have felt a lot of different emotions. I think it's a grief process when something like anything like that happens. Yeah. I'll say I've been through a lot of traumatic things in my life, a lot. And I think anytime you go through a trauma or, you know, grieving period of something, you can't decide who you are when it's happening.
Yeah.
And that.
So I want to just say, because again, I spoke to this regarding Charlamagne and just the line of questioning. Like, that wasn't hard to do.
No.
You didn't have to say, oh, well, how about the CEO? No, you just bring up the conversation in the manner of how did it affect you in that moment? Mm-hmm. And like when we were bringing up Joe, we was talking to Joe Budden about it on Spaces and why he didn't bring it up. And his mind was, he said, my mind wasn't even in that space to think about that.
What do you mean?
That's
you
what
should have
I
had it written down.
I was like,
Your
oh,
mind wasn't in that space.
I was like, oh, nigga, you ever since you got that $900K, huh? You too rich to even think about that kind of stuff anymore, huh? He started laughing, but that was my main thing, because he even said the only thing he really wanted to ask her, he didn't ask her, was he wanted to ask her how she feel about Jason Whitlock saying he could beat. Remember when he talked about the peanut butter bosom and all that stuff he was talking about? You know, Jason Whitlock, the fat sportscaster we talk about. Mm-hmm. And so he basically insinuated that he could beat. And so that's what Joe wanted to ask about.
That's so scary. Like, jump scare. Like when a nigga who could never beat, like, is confidently like saying that he could, like, nigga, you couldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Should I call the police?
I don't know. Jason might have got it done.
Like, what?
But I just think that there's too much of this like friendly stuff going on, trying to make her feel comfortable and all this. No, wake it up. Have a conversation with her, because that's what people want to hear. Granted, I can't tell a man who
be a journalist.
Well, these guys aren't journalists.
This is what what's his face was talking about when he was like, these podcasters don't be journalists and they need to not be.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just essentially, at least for Rory
Elliot?
and Maul, it was a vibe. Yeah,
Elliot was right.
It was a vibe for them, and to me, even if you don't consider yourself a journalist, your inability to articulate that question so that it feels comfortable for the environment shows your lack of. And while, again, you can't really say shit to Joe because he got $900K a month in his Patreon and stuff, so you can't really say that as an entertainment.
You can still say things to Joe.
No, you can. It's not, but you can't say it in a critiquing fashion to make the show better. You know what I'm saying? You can only say it as in you're robbing the fans of that conversation, because nobody cares about what JoyTaylor got going on unless you're talking about the scandal. Same thing would happen when he had Ruby Rose on there. Nobody cares about Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose is a rentable on OnlyFans. If you're not talking about Drewski at that particular time, there really wasn't much else to talk to her about.
Or like one of the other men that she has dated.
Yeah, I mean, or talk about her getting boned. She was a minor. Like those are the only things people wanted to hear her talk about.
Like, name names, ma'am. We want names. Give me a list.
You can. I mean, if you do the math, you can. She told us who she was with when she was 16. So, but no, I mean, like, that's my problem with it. And I think that's what one of the main reasons I wouldn't purchase the Patreon is because I just don't feel like there's enough of that. Like, I feel like if you come, like when you come on to our show, you should feel like you're going to have some questions that you're going to really have to sit down and answer. We're not going to jump on you. We're not going to try to berate you, but
I'm going to berate you. I'm kidding.
Well, she probably will, especially if she doesn't like you. But I want to still be able to have conversations and be open and fluid about that. We don't have to be direct. I think that comes to our skill in the space without having to be direct. It's just like trying to get some, nookie from a girl, but you don't ask her. You just do things to make her want to give it to you. You don't be a loser about it,
Yeah. Don't be coercive.
I had a crazy.
Just be convincing.